Let's take another look at the map and think about a different way of understanding it. It is a stunning election map when you see, especially, those battleground states. It looks like it is on course for a clean sweep. We've talked about demographics so far, but of course people are not just voting according to their demographics, they're voting for issues, and I think that's especially true in this race when we look especially at the exit polls that we saw. When NBC, our sister network, were asking people what they thought of Kamala Harris, they said favourable, only 40% unfavourable. That is not a great way to be going in. But actually, when it comes to Donald Trump as well, more people found him unfavourable. And yet, he is now the next president of the United States. And the question is, why does that happen? Well, this is what the most important issues were to people who are answering this exit poll. You got the state of democracy, 35%, the economy, 31%, immigration, 11%, and abortion, 14%. Again, you might look at that and think state of democracy and abortion, those are issues that should favour Kamala Harris, where you've got the economy and immigration for Donald Trump. They're still a really, really big, important chunk. And that does really tally with what we saw, actually. This is the key issues. This is how voters graded Trump and Harris on issues and characteristics. So when it comes to things like border security and immigration, inflation and the cost of living, the economy, Donald Trump has these clear leads here. But when it came to protecting democracy, now you might think, especially given how much Kamala Harris made this a platform of campaign, actually this gap between Harris and Trump isn't as big as you think. Republican voters taking the same view, but in the opposite direction. It's only on abortion that Harris had a clear lead. And so when you look at what that means in terms of, right, let's look at the real-time wages. This is what people were thinking. This is how they fared under the first Trump presidency, and this is how they fared under Biden and Harris in terms of real-time wages. There was a big increase under Trump, and that wasn't matched under Biden and Harris. So in terms of their experience, that was what they were thinking. And then that abortion issue that we were talking about, we thought it might be important. But here's what happened when it came to women voting according to the exit poll. You can see there is this big drop-off, 15% lead for Democrats, in 2020. That dropped to just 10%. So abortion might have been an issue, especially amongst female voters, but that didn't necessarily translate. And that's how you end up, really, with a map like this. When economy becomes the biggest issue here, you can see there, especially in the Northeast, for those key battleground states, that was really, really important, especially in Wisconsin. The one we've just seen, that's the one that won Donald Trump the presidency. The economy was top of the ballot here, and that seems to have returned Donald Trump to the presidency.